Yeah, this is Point Black coming in hard and off the car, coming with the flow straight from the barrio and the heat of the street, coming with the facts, the crack backs, and the boom bip to the line as lives. As we see, as we see. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we coming with PBNN, Point Black National News, the late and the great edition, and the ghetto edition as well. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how we must live. In all ways. You know what I'm saying? We got to make sure that we understand it. That's how important. That's how important that we do. In all ways. You know? And you see, it's going to come in. Tonight, we're going to check on some things, you know, do the news as well, make sure that we have everything together as we go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important that we do. You know? It's always important that we do. You know? Make sure we look at many things. You know what I mean? We look at many things. And that's highly important because we see a whole lot of talk and a whole lot of this and all about the same dumb shit to make sure that certain people, certain groups of people, don't get the representation that is truly deserved, you know what I'm saying, in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we must do. You know? We must make sure that it's highly important that we do. You know what I mean? So people, today, we're going to look at some things. And that's just the way it's going to be. We're going to look at everything we possibly can in a short period of time that we have with our newscast. Because in more ways than one, we cannot allow our country to go down the drain for anyone or anything. You know what I'm saying? We can't. We can't. We have to make sure that our country has a fighting spirit that keeps it alive. You know what I'm saying? It keeps it alive. It's important that we understand it. You know? The one that keeps it alive. You know? Always. Excuse me, people. I'm coming in here. To make sure that we have everything we need. You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming. Sorry to make you guys, you know, sorry to make you guys wait. You know what I'm saying? So, 1 second. Sorry about this. You know what I mean? But like I said, we have to look at these things because it's highly important that we do. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, we have to look at that. You know what I mean? We have to look at it. So, today we're going to make sure that we understand these things are important in more ways than one, but I can't seem to pull up the joint I wanted to bring up on that matter for some reason. It's not coming in. Oh, hold up, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, like right here. Sorry about the delay, but that was almost 4 minutes, you know what I'm saying, of delay, but I was trying to pull it up. But we see here where Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez calls Justin Clarence Thomas, you know, trips a very serious problem that warrant impeachment. You know what I'm saying? What kind of trip is she talking about? This is coming in by Andrew. You know what I'm saying? But we see the Demon Democrat Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez from New York, you know, retweeted on the thing, reiterated or whatever retarded, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we had on Sunday, her call for impeachment of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas following the revelation that he didn't disclose several luxury trips subsidized by the Republican, mega donor. Oh, and so what? Who gives a flying crap what he took? It's not like he's just trying to keep your face in business by coming after Clarence Thomas as if, you can get your little, nuts back. You know what I mean? But, we really don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? We don't see it that way. And even when we look at New York, we look at New York as, being a sanctuary city. If you notice that, because it's even Democrat, of course, overloading the country. But, it's saying New York can't afford to remain, a sanctuary city. You know what I'm saying? In no shape, way, or form. And they should know that because it'll overload the country and many things going to happen, especially here on Long Island, while everybody's out here worrying about what I'm saying and talking about some demon democratic garbage. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pay for that by keeping them in power, especially here on Long Island. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get overloaded in more ways than one. So you need to start thinking about your vote and who you put into office and keep and maintain of the demon democratic fucking groove here on Long Island. Or many of your so-called sanctuaries and retreats you have out here is going to get infiltrated in more ways than one in the future. But this is coming in by Peter and Andrew, you know what I'm saying, Stein, and I guess Ranza, or whatever his name is, 6 hours ago, you know what I'm saying, Eastern Standard Time, coming off the New York Post. New York Post is back online. You know what I'm saying? But no one is above the law. You know what I'm saying? From what he's saying in this article, coming by Peter and Andrew, New York Post, 6 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where, no one's above the law. But is the slogan applied as universally as it is uttered? Good phrase. Or the words selectively aim at ideological components on an as-needed basis. One looks into the future that immigration chaos to understand that, in fact, in more ways than one, in fact, millions of people have had the privilege of being placed above the law. And that is true because of the even democratical garbage that is going on in our government. We have to start to look at this more seriously, you know what I'm saying, because this is going to affect down the line as our southern border has become a highway, you know what I'm saying, to heaven, you know what I'm saying, to heaven. Heaven's state and local authorities have chosen to ignore the immigration violations of our newest arrivals. You know what I'm saying? We designated, you know what I'm saying? We designated our cities as sanctuaries, as a sanctuary. We designated our cities as a sanctuary out of compassion. What compassion? There is no compassion here. The only compassion, if the compassion is trueness in its fullness, but not when the compassion comes from both sides of the border. No, not when the trickery to cause compassion to be the psychological understanding of but the trickery is played in order to psychologically spin it that way, coming from both sides of the border, is what you must understand in this matter. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? their place above the law. But when we look at it, we have ran that compassion because that's what the game of Democrats play on. They play on the truth, but behind the truth is an agenda to screw you up in the future. You know what I'm saying? So you could actually say in more ways than one that they're full of shit then, they're full of shit now, and they're damn sure they're full of shit in the future. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some compassion. We are historically a city of, we're completely, uh, we are historically a city of immigrants. And we improvise, or we improvise with many of the newest arrivals. You know what I'm saying? Well, you sympathize, you know what I'm saying? But our compassion is being tested by unprecedented numbers of newcomers, accompanied by, you know what I'm saying, accompanied by unparalleled cost of our leaders called, you know what I'm saying, unsubordinable, unsustainable. I'm sorry about that, unsustainable. Well, you know what I'm saying, we know that. This is why they're doing that and blowing the money out. You know what I'm saying? And how many of us have truly gotten any of this money and how they're getting all this money to spend billions of dollars on this all of a sudden during the Democratic, you know what I'm saying, bullshitical games while they up in the White House, while you at the same time use the same thing by, I guess, George Soros planning this one up, you know what I'm saying, into discrediting the Republicans at the same time for standing up against the border crisis. So now you're playing the people against the people and the people and the demons on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Before New York crumbles under the weight of endless immigration, we need to end our sanctuary city policy. Sanctuary cities, like now that all the bullshit is over, sanctuary cities like New York refuse to cooperate with the immigration and customs enforcement and share citizenship status, arrest data, and address. Of course, because look who's up in there, Alan Crooked Ass Bryans and Mayor Q-Ball Greasy Adams and Crooked Kathy Hoxel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We see that and addresses. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even supplying none of the data information that is necessary. But I tell you what, let one of us commit a crime or do something and see how fast the investigators find us. You know what I'm saying? Local officials often uh, smugly flaunt their right to do so. You know what I'm saying? Governor Andrew Cuomo in August 2018 during his re-election campaign declared New York State is a state that said we will not cooperate with ICE. They're a bunch of thugs. Yeah, because he's what? Latino. Governor Cuomo, racia. He's a Puerto Rican or whatever he calls himself is. So of course he's gonna side with the bullshit. And second of all, he's a demon blood clot, sucking blood demon Democrat. So and a deep stater, if you ask me. So what you think he's going to do and say in 2018? Now I'm saying which federal authorities pursuing the viral open border policies, plainly some offenders are above the law. And that's what they did. They've been chumping this up, even going back past 2018. You could go back to maybe like here on Long Island, you know what I'm saying? The fluctuation even goes back to like, the 90s, you know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? And 90s and the 2000s and whatever, you know what I mean? It's still the same thing, 96, 97, 93, 90, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The fluctuation even came big time, you know what I'm saying? To this matter, you know what I mean? So it's been going on a long time, but it just goes to show that the federal government is at the bottom of a lot of this chaotic behavior when it comes to our border. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. We even see where you take, you even see where the federal law makes clear and it makes clear an alien who has illegal entry He was, from what they're saying, the federal law makes clear that aliens who has illegally entered America or is violating any U.S. laws is deportable, illegal, illegal, you know what I'm saying, in trans or whatever they call it, trances, and immigration violations, and you know, ineligible, no, they're saying immigration violators are ineligible for a visa or admission, even when the officers initiate believes that the person may have a legitimate asylum claim, he or she still is required to be detained for future proceedings. You know what I'm saying? The Demon Democratic Administration isn't enforcing immigration laws as it should. Well, of course not, because this was part of their Demon Democratic scheme, as we see.